Early humans, hunters and gatherers, migrating all over the earth, and big revolution coming up, projects and a test, all on This Week Ahead. All right, this past week, we started with Unit 2, Nomadic Life, and with the hunters and gatherers, and we looked at why they did the hunting and gathering, what did they eat, and some of the ways they were able to contribute to human society in the long term, even to today. We also did a couple of activities. First off, we did the kind of a skit where students looked at how humans went from Siberia to Alaska via the what's known as the Bering Strait land bridge, or Beringia. And what it was is they showed how these humans were chasing animals to hunt and get food. Another activity we did was we had fun with simulation of hunters and gatherers. Students would go and look for food, but sometimes bad things would hurt them, like they'd get a broken ankle and they wouldn't be able to eat. And what they found out was that only a few of, probably about a third of the class, actually survived the ordeal. All right, next week we are going to take humans the next step, and that is the agricultural revolution. This is where humans domesticate both plants and animals, and that allows humans to have a more sustainable food source, which allows humans to be able to be healthier because they've got fuller bellies, but also because not so many humans are needed for agriculture. We start seeing what's known as specialization. Some of the humans would stop working in the fields and would do individual pursuits such as tool making. And the way they would live is that in return for tools, farmers would give over part of their crops or the food so that these tool makers and other craftsmen and artisans could eat and live. This is kind of the start of the trade and barter economy, our first economy that humans actually engage in. Because humans also settle near each other, we start to see the growth of villages and then later towns, and then as we're going to learn later on, this even develops into cities and even more than that. Also, to kind of help govern things, or to make sure everybody's playing by the same rules and keep away predators or bad people trying to steal food or create other kind of mischief, governments are formed to help people live with more security. Assignments. First off, the two biggest assignments last week was the Unit 1 vocabulary, also the first project, the Grace project. The Unit 1 vocabulary is on Google Classroom. It's a 40% grade, but it needs to be done if you haven't gotten it done. The Grace project, however, that's a 60% grade. And if you have not done that, students, you need to get that done, or else it's going to be awfully hard to pass, because there just aren't as many of the 60% assignments as there will be 40%, and it may not be enough to offset any zeros you have in that 60% category. So make sure you're getting your assignments done, get them turned in. The grades will be coming soon. I'll be working on those next week. Parents, progress reports went out Friday, so make sure you have seen your child's progress report. Now, looking ahead, assignments, we'll be doing reading about hunters and gatherers, and a timeline that allows students to kind of see the development over time with the domestication of both plants and animals. And then finally, at the end of the week will be the Unit 2 test. This will be the first one students will be taking on USA Test Prep. So a study guide will be done on Thursday, and so it would be it's going to be very important that students study for this test so that they do really well. Okay, students, parents, if you have any questions, well, students, you can always find me at school. Parents, if you have any questions or comments, you can email me down here, john.woodring at buford.k12.sc.us, and look forward to, or I'll try to get those emails answered as quickly as possible. I hope you all have a good week, and see you next time.